twerking, collard green, corn licking, Tyler Perry licking, bitch. Bitch, go get some collard green, bitch. Go get some collard green, bitch. You fat ass turkey die, bitch. That looks like a raw piece of chicken. Collard green, corn licking ass bitch.
Billy, go the other way. Billy, go the other way. No.
Bitch, smoke me, nigga. Smoke me, bitch.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all know we in downtown.
I don't give a fuck.
Go.
My birthday.
Hey, it's Billa's birthday. It's Big Billa's birthday.
Yeah, some fucking birthday. Yeah.
What's going on, entertainers? So today I'm coming to y'all with another video. We talking the Hookup Part 2. Y'all, shout out to Not As TV. They literally took y'all to the school of Mona Scott Young. Like, this is how reality TV gets done. Like, the setup of it all, the storyline of it all, and the education of it all, okay? Now, that's why I call Not As TV. Now, that setup, and I don't say it in a mean or shady way, it's because they know how to set up certain situations, okay? Now, the episode starts off with Mommy G still going off about her being a Dominican. I'm Dominican. She's still going off about her being Dominican. And she's like, you know, that's why niggas want to put baby in me. They don't want to put baby on you, bitch, because you black bitch. I don't get what Mommy G, her thinking that a nigga wants to get her pregnant is like a prize. Like, you're a cum dump. Like, oh my God. You won. Like, what? Nobody cares that much. Who the heck wants to be a cum dump? You're not a prize, Mommy G. I don't know who told her that. Somebody conjured her mind up for her to think that, like, she's like the ultimate prize. That BBL is as big as her head at this point, because a lot of dudes just see you as a cum dump. Like, they dump and go, literally. So I don't get why So Unique is even still trying to like argue with her on any of this. I'll just let her keep on talking, because it's pointless. She gonna always think in her mind that she's better than the next black woman. Like, she's just always gonna think that. So they start hopping on the bus or whatever, and we get introduced to a new bombshell, and it's Pooky, Hoodfish. So she comes in, she's walking around the house. Mind you, this is why I feel like Now This TV is so smart, right? So they could have picked any other trans girl on the network, but they made sure to pick Pooky. Pooky is one of the most passable trans girls on the network. One of. I feel like it was probably out of the midst of Ari, Pooky. London has a boyfriend, so that wouldn't go. Who else? The Dior girl. You know what I'm saying? The girls that are like not the most clockable. So I feel like in their mind, they're like, hey, we're going to put Pooky in because she's not that clockable. She knows how to stir up some stuff, and she gonna have the dudes turn their heads, because let's be honest, Pooky has a very nice shape and she's very pretty. Say what you want, okay? Y'all could call her all type of slurs or whatever, but the body T, and she pretty. So she comes in, she starts talking to Gigi. Gigi's putting her up on game. She like, oh, you know, what are you here to find or whatever? Pooky says she don't know if she want a girl, she don't know if she want a guy, she don't know what she want. Like, she just, you know, she's doing the hookup. Like, she doesn't know what she's really wanting out of this, right? But she just wants to hook up. Then the Cash joins Pooky in the house, right? And this is why I say it was conjured up so perfectly, because once again, they could have put more than one trans girl in there. But no, they decided to put one only, with it being Pooky. Come along with me, okay? It's a journey. Now, Gigi tells the cast, she's like, hey, I want y'all all to introduce yourselves, a little bit about me. I'm a sexologist. I do this and that. And I'm like, the last woman that I knew was a sexologist was Carly Red. Uh-huh. Anyways, I'll just say, okay? So she's like, oh, I'll be able to help y'all mingle, get to know each other, blah, blah, blah. So one by one, she has them introduce themselves, right? She has them go one by one, introduce themselves. So Unique was one of the first that went. She introduces herself. You know, she's like, you know, I've been on Love and Hip Hop Miami. I did it. So Unique, please stop mentioning that. No shade. Somebody who's from the area, like Love and Hip Hop Miami isn't like the big to do. Like, I only feel like she's mentioning that because it is hard getting casted on it. I will say that. To get on Love and Hip Hop, you really have to know somebody that knows somebody who you dating, who you and who you may be willing to get embarrassed by to be on the show. Straight up. Like, it's not somewhere you could just walk on the set and you a main cast member or a sub B cast member. It's not that easy. So I guess that's why she takes so much pride into telling us she was on Love and Hip Hop. But at least leave the Stevie J out of the leave this out. At least leave that out. That's all we asking. Anyways, so she starts bragging about her accolades. She's been on Love and Hip Hop this and that. Next, Chastity goes, she goes, you know, I'm one of the baddest bitches here, blah, 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 blah. Then Pookie goes. Pookie says, I'm one of the most beautiful here, or something to that effect. And then that's when So Unique said, that's what you think. This is my problem with So Unique. She was threatened from the jump. Straight up. It was obvious. Why are you throwing shots when literally a minute ago, Chastity said the same thing? It's because you knew her tea and you're a little intimidated by her tea because she's still a cunty girl and it bothers you. Why? Because Chastity literally just said the same thing she just said. I don't know if y'all clocked that, if y'all peeped that. She literally just said, I'm the baddest bee here, blah, blah, blah. Pookie gets us, I'm one of the most beautiful here. I am the beautiful ones here, or whatever she said. That's literally the same thing in other words. So it's like she was already showing the hating ass energy from the jump. So the rest of the cast starts introducing each other. And Rayface and Mommy G start having their little back and forth. You know what's crazy what I thought about? Had that have been Rayface, that whole Pookie situation happened to, man, that nigga would have blew a gasket. Y'all better be lucky it was somebody who's never been on Not As TV and is not a mess. Because y'all know how messy that nigga is. It would have been a problem. Okay? Oh my God. Oh. So Gigi lets the girls know that they're in charge of picking the rooms and the guys have to go over there and pair up with the girls that they want, right? So all the girls go to their rooms that they want. Phil tries to get in the room with E.T. E.T. basically stiff arms him. I guess she sees him as like a little brother. I think it's because he has such like a baby face. But them videos, Phil. That video where you was in, he says, "Come here, nigga." When he was all buffed up in that car, I think that might have did it. But E.T. finds her man, the dreadhead named Kelvin. Now, this is the same man that's involved with the Pookie situation. So they're hugging up or whatever in the room. E.T. starts to get the kissing him. Like, they really start feeling each other. In the intro, though, Dom did make it clear that he wanted E.T. and he said he wanted Chastity too. So he was trying to go after E.T., but the moment he peeped that Kelvin was kissing on E.T., he sort of backed off, and Mommy G kind of was into him. So they end up rooming together, which Mommy G, please do not think you're a prize. You were the third option, babe. You wasn't even the second option. Like, y'all really big this lady head up to where she thinks like she run Miami or something like that. But I'm just saying, like, Don don't give me the type that he like Hispanic girls. Not that there's anything wrong with Hispanic girls, so don't do that. But I'm just saying, like, he don't give me the type that he would go after Mommy G. Just my opinion. It don't give that to me. Like, he seemed like the type of dude who's really like into like black girls. That's the vibe I get from him. I may be wrong. I don't know the man personally. So Pookie, though, she's in her room, and I guess Rayface came through. We didn't get to see how he approached her though, but all we just seen was his bag laying down, and Pookie like, Nessai. She's sitting there, you know, feeling all of her jush, and then Rayface like, what's up, like, feel me? Like, we gonna vibe, like, you know, like, feel me? Like, I just want to roll up a little bit. You feel me? Like, I just really roll up a wood real quick. You want to smoke real quick? Like, how you feeling? Like, how you feeling? You want to smoke real quick? Then I'm finna get my shit together. Like, what's up? Okay, so he's talking to her, and you know, Pookie's liking the attention. Like, she's liking the fact that their vibing and stuff like that. And then next thing you know, Tri-State comes in. Now, watching this first, I said, oh my God, Tri-State is going to clock her tea, because Tri-State gave her that look like, I know your tea. Tri-State even says in the confessional he knew that Pookie was trans, but he felt like it wasn't his space to say anything, which I feel like is very respectful of him. A lot of dudes would not have done the same. A lot of dudes would have been like, "Come here, brother, come here, man. You know that's the trans, right? Yeah, nigga." Like a lot of dudes would have did that. So he was at least nice enough not to do that. Somebody in the comments said he got a teardrop, so it scared him. But once he did that, they saw that he's a nice gangster. I didn't even notice the teardrop on his face. So this is where it get interesting. Kelvin and ET go and visit, like she says, ET, her Issy. So ET and Pookie are talking, and Pookie's sort of like flirting with them. She like, oh, y'all gonna come in, we're gonna get a threesome, like what's popping or whatever. She checking them out. Pookie bending over, she fixing up the room or whatever, and you see Kelvin checking out her booty, okay? Like I said, Pookie got a nice shape. Here goes ET. I had to check on my Issy. Pookie's a beautiful woman. Let me tell you something. ET is the type of people that the community needs to be careful of. Those are the same type of girls that will be, yes, all up in your face. Yeah, girl. Yeah, you T. The moment you turn around, you faggot. You a man. You're trans. Like you feel me? Like you a tranny. Like it's just. She just gives that off that vibe. So when everything went down in the episode, I said, I saw this coming from a mile away. Anyways, she is up leaving the room. She thought that Kelvin was going to follow suit. It's called the hookup. He wanted a little bit of that Hoodfish. So he decided to stay back and was feeling on Pookie. Here's how I feel about it. I do feel as if, since Now That's TV, right? They have put out a statement. It literally started in the beginning of the episode. They said, we do not disclose anybody's gender identity, respect privacy, et cetera, et cetera. I feel as if the fact that they said that they didn't tell the cast, which I don't think they told the cast, but I do feel as if they told Pookie, they told the cast. That's just my opinion. I do feel like they told Pookie, they told the cast. But Pookie, you being a trans woman yourself and you having a lot of influence, I do feel like during the intro part of it, when everybody was introducing themselves, that is when she should have said, hey, my name Pookie, I'm the new Blanche, and I'm a T-girl, and what, right? Just so that way everybody in the general population knows. And the reason why I say this is because it's a dating show. It would be different if this was Deja Vu. It would be different if this is the Academy, or this is a show where it's like the goal of the show is not to date and to have sex. But that is the goal of the show. So I feel like it was her responsibility to make it known, regardless of Now That TV told them or not. So that way niggas don't be on that funny stuff. Because I feel like, let's say Now That TV did tell them, some of the niggas in there, I still would feel like would be like, oh, I ain't know, oh, I forgot. Why didn't you tell me? Because that's what niggas do. Especially with the T-girls. They be peeping T, but they act like they don't. So regardless of Now That TV said it or not, I just still feel like she should have made it a known thing, so that way can't nobody say they didn't hear or none of that stuff. Because then niggas act funny, right? So she started feeling on Kelvin or whatever, and then they're going in the closet. Word to R. Kelly. Going in the closet. I'm coming home. Going in the closet. Baby, no. Child, they hop in the closet. They go in the closet. Child, not Dave Polo. Why didn't y'all sneak a camera in there? Sorry. Why didn't y'all sneak a camera in there? I know Dave was not on duty. He could not have been on duty, because I know that Dave. My bad. He would have stuck a camera or two in there so we could really see, what is going on in there. Do I think they kissed? Probably. Do I think they probably did more? Yes. And I think that's why he had really the stuck face. Okay. So they end up doing whatever they did in the closet. So everybody outside, they chilling, they having fun or whatever. And Pookie whispers to Kelvin, Pookie's a trans on the dowmies on crib, guys. Right? She on crib, nigga. She's a trans. She whispers that in his ear. That nigga said, you would have thought he saw a ghost. He gets up and immediately walks away, right? My problem is with ET doing that. You did not do it from a genuine place. And to me, I'm very shocked y'all are still together. Because if I'm Kelvin and I'm watching this, fuck you. No shade. Because if you really was feeling me or like had interest in me, you would have maybe given me a heads up even walking in there. Being like, hey, you know, that's all I'm saying, okay? Because I feel like that was very sneaky of her. Not gonna lie, ET, you need to apply for some competition reality shows. I'm talking about like the Big Brother Survivor type stuff. Because when I tell y'all, she ate that up so hard. And when I say that, I don't agree with what she did. But how sneaky and conniving it was, that was next level. Because she clocked her tea and then she acted like she did it to her face. That's crazy. She said, you know, I just said, you know, like, she's trans, like, who cares? Right? No, you didn't. So he ends up walking up and stuff just in shock because of it. ET to me did not do it from a genuine place. She did it out of a little bit of jealousy, hate, and envy.
You was jealous. That's jealousy. That's hate. That's ugliness, bitch.
Because she did not think her nigga could get took by a T-girl. We are in the real world, okay? Technology and items are very advanced. Just because you don't think they're a T-girl don't mean they aren't a T-girl, okay? That's why I'm a big believer in you should always ask questions. Although it may be awkward, if you are at least questioning something, I feel like you should ask as well. But once again, I still do feel like Pookie should have said something during her introduction and before messing around with Kelvin. But I feel like ET was dead ass wrong by how she clocked her tea because she was doing it in a messy ass way. It made for great TV though, because it's trending on Twitter. It's everywhere on the internet, right? But let's get some stuff clear. Kelvin doing that with Pookie to me does not make him gay. We need to stop doing that because okay, I have a lot of straight subscribers, so I got to break it down to y'all. Okay, so stay with me. If a nigga sees a girl at a bar, right? Let's say she a T girl, right? And she's very passable. Passable for the girls that do not know the term, you know, they look like a biological woman as possible, right? They have the boobs, whatever you want to call it. Like you could just see her, you just see woman, right? Let's say they start talking. She does not disclose that she's a T girl. They get to kissing, whatever. That to me does not automatically make him gay. We as a Black community need to stop doing stuff like that because in his mind, he saw a woman that he wanted to talk to and they did whatever they did. He was not aware, so he says. Some of the other dudes in the house says they were not aware. The only person who said on camera, at least, that they were aware was Tri-State. So that's why I feel like Kelvin messing around with Pookie doesn't automatically make him gay. And I really hope people in real life don't give him a hard time about it because he was really stuck in a situation where he had no clue what was going on. I, off of seeing his reaction, don't think he really like clocked what was going on. But this is why before you sign up to shows and you sign up to do certain things, you do your research. Because had you did your research on TV, we got T-girls, we got the gays, we got everything on here. You know what I'm saying? Like all of the rainbow is on there, right? Just because of a nigga, and let's go further into it. Just because a nigga is attracted to a trans woman does not make him gay as well. Because I feel as if, let's say, if a trans woman is extremely passable, and even further than that, even has bottom surgery, how could that make them gay if they are attracted to a feminine woman appearing? Y'all get what I'm saying? So we got to break it down into further than just the surface level. Now, when it comes to, let's say they do not have all of their parts and they still got a piece, and he's interested in her and finds out she has a piece and he wants to use the piece and do things to the piece, that's where then that becomes debatable if that's considered gay. That's how I feel, okay? But the whole situation to me was a very interesting mix and how it was just like put into the pot and put out. Okay, it was genius on that TV part. I'm not gonna lie. Was it irresponsible a little bit? Yeah. And the reason why I say this is because I don't want the problem is with this. I feel like I don't want no young T girl thinking like shit like this is cute, because like in the real world, shit get real sticky and gritty. So it's like the last thing I want is a young T girl watching this who's like 18, 17, be like, "Ooh, yeah, you know, I'm real fish," and mess with some trade, and then the trade and then find it out in another way and ends up getting her. That's where it could get tricky. So as much as Pookie and some of the not SCV people think it's a key and all, like stuff like this happens in real life, and sometimes it does not end well. So that's why I feel like it's important to be as honest as possible. That's how I feel about the situation. Okay. And there are dudes that are attracted to everything and they're pansexual, meaning they're attracted to trans, niggas, femboys, all of that. And I think what makes it harder to like understand transness is because there's men that just play in wigs and makeup and don't consider themselves trans, but people that are not familiar to the community, they automatically think, oh, they're trans, they're one of them, they're transition. No, they're just feminine playing in makeup and wigs. There's a difference. That's what it's a big thing that a lot of people kind of mix up, that I kind of hate when it comes to the community, because people will see that and automatically think trans. No. Like, for example, Saucy is not trans. I want to make that clear. Cause some of y'all thinking like he finna go get a pocket pussy and like, you feel me? Just like, no. He just plays in wigs and makeup. He's a feminine gay boy. That's it. So it's like I just wish people would kind of do their research and like kind of know the differences. And I hope Kelvin isn't getting bullied in real life, because a lot of people have been talking about this and it's been all over the internet. So there is that. Okay. And if I were Pookie, I ain't no shade, I'd be mad at the network. Not gonna lie. Because the reason why I would be mad is because if you told me, right, that you told them my tea, and then I go there thinking that they all know my tea and it's all fun and games, and I end up in the situations like this, I'm gonna be hot. I ain't gonna lie. Y'all know I don't like getting set up. So I would be hot. I'm not gonna lie. Like, oh my God. I would be really, really pissed. Okay. But I think Pookie's so young, because I think she's like 19, 20. That's like stuff like that doesn't compute in her brain. So she doesn't think that far into it, to be honest. Okay. Let me know what y'all think down below about it. Do y'all think now this makes Kelvin all of a sudden gay just because he messed with a trans girl that he did not know, according to him, was a trans girl? And what do y'all think? If a man messes with a trans, is he considered gay? I want to hear y'all thoughts. Let me know what y'all think down below. And another thing too, I don't feel like every trans woman needs to tell off the bat that they're trans, especially if it's not going to a romantic level. That's why I feel like this situation is unique, because she was going into a dating show. That's why I feel like that's the only reason why she should have said something beforehand. But let's say if she was going on Deja Vu or something like that, she didn't even make an announcement for that, because guess what? That's not the goal of the show. Deja Vu is just like the real world. They just there to have fun and party. Whatever happens, happens. Okay. Just as, for example, if like a trans woman's at a bar or something like that, and a dude asks for her number, I feel as if she doesn't have to right away be like, oh, I'm trans. I had somebody in my comments, because I have T-Girl subscribers. They said, girl, I'll tell them right away so they can leave me alone. But no, like, I don't feel like they have to right away say it. But I do feel like, let's say if the dude wants to keep going further and further, I think the safest way is to tell a dude over text. So that way they can't react in person. And also you have proof, because safety is first. So that way they can never play in your face and say, oh, I didn't know. Because you know how niggas, I ain't know, nigga, like, you trans. what? I ain't know. No, it's right here. You see what I'm saying? I want to hear what y'all think down below, baby. So Ray Face ends up getting told by Kelvin. And why everybody whispering? Like, what's the tea with that? Like, you get what I'm saying? Why everybody so like, I'm feeling so. I'm feeling so. What's up with all that whispering? Like, oh my God. So there Kelvin gonna whisper, oh, she trans, nigga. Like, she trans, bruh. She trans, bruh. So Ray Face like, his veneers popped out 2 inches. He was shocked. So he goes outside and Pookie's sitting down and a sumo wrestler is sitting next to her. Next thing you know, Ray Face is like, oh, you feel me? Like, I was talking to somebody, they just told me you trans. So like, what's up with that? Sumo gonna get up and run. Not gonna lie, Sumo, you look about 10 years older than most of the cast. I do not think that they are interested in you, my guy. Just my opinion. Just my opinion, okay? It just don't give that set, like Cash and them be saying. It don't give that set. You know what I'm saying? It gives another set. It gives the Gentleman's Club set. It don't give the Hookup. You know what I'm saying? Like, he looked at least damn near 40. I don't think nobody was jacking you like that, sir. But okay. I felt bad for Pookie when he walked away like that. Because it's like, people don't understand like the isolation you feel when you're a part of the community, whatever. Like, you are going to be isolated from the day that people know, like literally in work, social, all of that. You just feel as if like, this is why I feel like we're one of the strongest groups out there, because we have learned to like not give a fuck about what people think about us, and 2, if people want to be friends or cool or fuck us. Dead ass. Like, we just don't care, because it's like we've had no options since we were let off. So it's like, I felt bad. He gets up, Pookie's like, it's not my fault, I'm so sexy. That had me laughing, I'm gonna lie. She said, it's not my fault, I'm so sexy, daddy. Like, you feel me? Like, you just wanted to pipe me down, and like, it's not my fault. Like, I come with a treat. Okay? My nigga wanted, how Buzz go? She want to ask him how we get our treats. Okay, she like, it's not my fault, I got a treat. Like, you feel me? So she's standing, whatever. She starts shaking her Big Debbie cakes, and they kind of end off the scene. Ray Face like, man, like, I ain't say all that now. Like, then we get back to the Dominican Republic. They're having the time of their lives while, now that TV setting up the girls over there in the US. And they're having like a triple date or whatever. And they start getting on Shay. At one point, first of all, Shay, you are on the wrong show. I guess she missed the casting call for Love Goblin because she was scared out of her mind. She's like, Tokyo starts coming at me because Nola is messing around with the face, and I looked up Nola, and she's crazy. And I looked up Tokyo. I thought she was gonna throw a drink in my face. That girl was spooked out her mind. Levi was talking to Kayla about her basically being in her head about like basically running into assumptions. I'm the king of doing that. I'm not gonna lie. I be thinking people don't fuck with me whole time. They ain't got no problem with me, but like, it's just in my mind. Once again, being part of the community, some of us do that a lot. Like, we automatically assume people don't fuck with us just because of like insecurities. But anyways, Kayla sort of admitted to it, and they talked about it, whatever. And then here comes Tokyo and her monologue. Tokyo, you ain't got nothing on Precious big ass. I mean, god damn. Do you do casting calls for acting? Because I'm telling you, I could hook you up, babe. I'm telling you. I should have clipped it and sent it to my agent on God, because baby, presenting the act of Tokyo. So like, guys, I just want to talk to y'all really quick because I got a lot on like my mind. Moses has hurt me so bad. It's to the point where he's not there. Since he put that ring on my finger, He has broke me down. Moses is the type. He will make time for everybody, but put me at the bottom of his bucket list. And I just think, I'm like, is it worth it? And I'm like, is it really there? Is the emotions real? I just have to keep thinking, because it's like, I can't do this. I'm like, what the fuck? Let me tell you why you acted Tokyo. You could have barely looked the man in his eyes when you did that breakdown. Come on now. That's literally what a script is called, if y'all don't know. Literal breakdown. In all seriousness, though, I feel like their relationship is toxic. Since I seen that podcast, I just can't look at Tokyo the same. I'm sorry. You emasculated him. In order for, I feel like Tokyo, and I'm no relationship expert, but I just watch a lot of reality TV. In order for Tokyo to be in a successful relationship, she has to break down her wall and be less masculine. Real shit. I'm telling you that straight up. You too woo, with it. You need a... You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just how I feel. Just from watching her, like, online and everything like that. That's just the vibes that I get. So it's like, that's why he feels so apprehensive, because he's like, nah, I'm the nigga. Like, that. It don't matter what y'all do in the bedroom, allegedly. Anyways, we back to the States, and E.T., Pookie, and So Unique sitting down. And this is why I say E.T. is very manipulative. She like, they pulled me to the side, and I'm like, like, I was just telling her, like, she's a dog, like, she's trans. She's like, it's like, it did not go like that. Who pulled you to the side? E.T., you pulled his ear to the side and let him know the tea. That's what really went down. What are you talking about? Like, E.T. played that so slick. It wasn't even funny. Like, she really played that so slick. And Pookie's just like, yeah, I know I'm a dog, but I'm not like just any dog. I got what you got. Like, I got a punani. Pookie must be trolling, because I done seen the videos. Y'all know entertainers send me everything. So I done see you, do what you do, Pookie. Okay. So I think Pookie was trolling. I don't think she was saying like, I think when she was saying that, she got a punani, I think she was trolling. Unless she did it right before she went to the hookup. And I don't think she did, because she would have had time. She would have needed time to heal. So I don't think you done had the bottom surgery yet, Pookie. Okay. So she was dead ass trolling. I really think like she was really trolling, because So Unique was there, and she kind of peeped So Unique kind of being a hater. So Unique's like, oh, I want to see it. Like, I don't know. Like, I want to see what it looked like. Although it's funny, Pookie does need to be careful with doing that, because I hope you're not telling, and then I'm just saying, okay? But So Unique starts getting really pressed. She like, but you're trans. We're like actual women. And it's like, you keep on saying it, make it an emphasis thing. You're saying what's already a little bit known. Like, it seems like So Unique to me is extremely insecure. It just gives off heavily insecure. Heavily. From the jump, like, she was poking and throwing shots at Pookie from the very beginning. And it's like, why? Once again, I think it's because she knows her tea. Okay. I think that's a little bit why. They start getting into it. She clocked So Unique's fake Rick Owens. They did look a little, they looked a little Owen Rick. They look Owen Rick. That's what we're gonna call them. Okay. Them shoes, they owed by Rick. You know what I'm saying? So there's that. They start getting into it, whatever, and then Pookie ends up leaving the scene. That's when we go back to Dominican Republic. Kayla starts comforting Tokyo after she gave us a great monologue. I'm talking about like Tyler Perry level. So she's comforting her. She's just like, like, I don't know if I could do this. Like, he just keep breaking my heart. He really do. Okay. Then Tokyo comes in with the rest of the cast, right? This is for the next episode when the cast comes in, and it looks as if she attacks Mommy G. So apparently Mommy G, I guess, wanted Moses. Anyways, let me know what y'all think down below. Please be respectful in the comments, y'all. Y'all know I'm the type of channel that allows anybody to like give their opinion, but don't do too much on each other, and especially on me. Especially on me. Because I allow y'all to think what y'all think. Just don't get disrespectful. That's how I feel. Okay. Let me know what y'all think down below. And we out, babies.